RadioSEEN.
Yes, once again, we are back, Flashback Fever Radio. And of course, this is the final episode of season 3, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to take a break and come back because I got to figure out how I'm going to bring you a more powerful season 4. And I need some time to think. I got Chef Izzy with me tonight. We talking about the golden era of hip hop. We trying to reach out and teach one type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So tonight we cannot talk about the golden era or talk about the Jungle Brothers without inviting a special guest on C Frequency tonight, live on the Celly. Tonight we got Mike G of the Jungle Brothers. Give it up, y'all. Come on. 1, 2, 1, 2, Zulu.
Peace to the God.
Peace, Aki, Mike G.
Peace, Aki, peace.
All right, Aki, peace, man. How are you?
Very good, man. Everything's good.
Okay. So, you know, we got some questions to ask you. I got people in my chat room right now, and they want to relive this golden era, this fine era of hip hop. So we got some questions for you. You up for it?
No doubt.
All right, here we go. Check this out. Question number 1 that I ask everybody. What inspired you to get into hip hop?
Oh, well, I was living hip hop from the early days. Being able to tag behind my uncle, going to the Zulu Nation jams, the Bronx River. I mean, that's all we knew. It was school, the train, and hip hop.
All right. So now, what does the term, if you was living it like that, what does the term B-boy mean to you?
Ooh.
Well, B-boy is somebody who encompasses the hip hop culture. You either breakdancing, writing graffiti, rapping, or DJing.
Okay. All right. Now, how, like, when you started rapping, it was just like you said, it was like an automatic feeling, right? Because you was just already living it.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Did you try to explore any of the other elements of hip hop?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. For my early part, I used to write. I used to bomb. I can't say I was a big. I wasn't like Scheme or Don did, one of those guys doing burners. But I like to see my name and graffiti on the wall. I used to just bomb all over the place. School, hit the 3 trains, the 1 trains. Me and my man C1, FBK. So, yeah, that was my first. I guess one of my first loves in the hip hop culture. It's my first addiction.
Okay. All right. So now, how did you hook up to be part of the Jungle Brothers? Like, hey, now you got your rapping going on. You got your name. How did you hook up for y'all to be the Jungle Brothers?
Well, let's see. Jungle Brothers formed when we got in high school. I think, let's see, I got in high school in 84, 85. So at that time I was laying back, wasn't really bombing that much. I was laying back, kind of writing more rhymes. And when I got in high school, it really gave me more of an outlet. And during that summer, Sammy B and I hooked up, and we would go to all the block parties around Harlem, trying to get on the set. So we was able to get on a couple of sets, and that's what really warmed me up. And then by the time I got to high school, I was ready to rock. And I met Af, and we was getting into a talent show. He needed a partner, I needed a partner. It was about 7 of us. So we all was in the cypher spitting. Next thing you know, me and Af just clicked, and we just stayed together. I introduced him to Sam, and not too long after that, we got the name. We put the name together, Jungle Brothers.
I don't mean to cut you off, but
history from there.
How did y'all come up with that name, Jungle Brothers? Because sometimes the name is important.
It was crazy. At that time, I was living in Left Rack City, and me and Af was on the phone trying to build, trying to get a name. Like, yo, we got to get something that's gonna be always original in the hip hop spirit, and it's got to be able to say where we from and stand the test of time. So Jungle came up because I was looking out the window and they was just brawling in the street, and I was like, yo, it's a jungle out there right now, yo, they wild and they fighting in the street. And so we pondered that. We was like, Jungle Posse, Jungle Crew. He's like, nah, yo, Jungle Brothers.
No doubt, because yo, Crew was definitely big back then, and so was the word posse.
Yeah.
That's interesting right there. So okay, now y'all got your group together. How did you come about, getting your record deal?
We kind of stumbled upon it. Like I said, about 84, 85, we was doing the talent shows, and we had a couple of years to go. So we did the talent shows every year, did the talent shows, and did the, I forget what the other, it's like a regular show they would put together for high school. And we gathered a little bit of a name. So weekdays, holidays, we'd be at Av Crib, making demos, just putting it in, dropping freestyles. At that time, Red was getting his name on Kiss.
Right.
And he heard a couple of joints, and he was like, yo, I'm feeling that. And he played it, and from that point on, people just started talking, and one thing led to another. We had a couple of indie studios. We went to Jackie J studio. We dropped our first demo, It's the Breaks, and then we went to Coney Island with Tony Dick and dropped the infamous Jimbrowski.
Yeah.
And then we was rolling from there.
Okay. So, what was Bragging and Boasting like the first joint y'all did together that actually got airplay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What was Jimbrowski like? What, number 2 or 5 or 6?
No, it was like 2.
It was? Wow.
Because it was actually, the single was Jimbrowski, and Bragging and Boasting was the B-side.
Okay. All right. To my people in the chat room right now, if you're just tuning in, and we got Mike G from the Jungle Brothers on the C frequency right now. You can ask them some questions. So my people in the chat room, hit me with some questions for Mike G. Right now, I got Chef Izzy in the building, co-hosting with me tonight. What's your question, Chef Izzy?
What's up, Mike G? Peace, man.
Yo, what up, Chef? Peace.
All right, man. Check it out. I want to know, what was it like back then being part of the native tongue and working with those brothers and sisters, especially Queen Latifah and them? What was up with that?
Well, it was funny. It was when we was the start of it was we came out, and then De La came out with Plug Tuning, and Tip was always there in the wing. He was there when we recorded Black is Black. It was actually his concept. It was his, and then we did first we did the promos, then we did Black is Black. And then after that, that's when we met De La, and people already started associating us because we was coming out with such a different type of style. Not too long after that, we went on tour in Europe. You may know that Mark 45 King and Red had a really great relationship. So they polyed and was like, yo, we want to get Latifah on this tour. So she was rolling with us. And things just rolled together like a little family because it was 6 degrees of separation. The hip-hop community was a little bit smaller. And even though De La was from Long Island, once we met each other in a show in D.C., and it would just automatically click. And it's hard to say. It's it was so long, but it went by so fast. So it's hard to say. But it was a great time period, and I'll look for many more days to come.
Okay. All right. Okay. You got another question?
Yeah, one more question. I think it was so much needed back then, and it's so much needed here again today. But for a song like Buddy to come out, I mean, that was some serious sex education back then, and it was done in such a creative way. I mean, what brought that about?
True.
Oh, well, that was De La all day. They was always trying to, how can I say, put funky terminology into a song to say. It was something that we was all doing to a certain extent, but De La really branded it and put it into their language and made it their own, and they invited us in, you know. So it's all love to Dave.
Okay,
De La.
That's good. That's good. Now we were trying to remember your debut movie that you and Bam were in back in the day.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can barely remember that. That was oh my goodness.
What, Juice?
Nah.
No, it wasn't Juice.
Okay.
It was a little comedy, right?
Right now, I should have got the questions
Strictly
earlier.
Business.
Oh man, that's bad.
Was
I can't even remember, but I remember it was filmed down in Atlanta, and we had a great time. I gotta come back on that one. That's killing me.
Was it Strictly Business? Was Tommy Davis?
No, it wasn't Strictly Business. It was the other movie.
Oh, see, now I'm stuck.
Gotcha.
All right. So now, at this moment, Mike G, we're gonna play a video. I want to give my people in the chat room a chance to check out Because I Got It Like That.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna play that for the people. We can scrape the internet. You know what I mean? We can go out there and grab it off the internet somewhere. So that's what we do. We RadioSEEN.com. We real live with technology right now. So we're gonna scrape the internet and show our people. So hold on tight. We're gonna come back to you with a few more questions. To my people in the chat room, if you got questions, line them up. We can come back the second half with Mike G from the Jungle Brothers, y'all. Okay. Once again, this is Flashback Fever Radio right here on RadioSEEN.com. We are at the end of season 3, y'all. That's right. It's been a long road. It's been a hard year, but season 3. Right now on the phone to my people in the chat room, we got Mike G from the Jungle Brothers. Just in case you're just tuning in, this is Flashback Fever Radio. I'm your host, Jim Slice. Mike G, you still with us?
I'm still in the house, baby.
Okay. Now, we're going to reach a little bit deeper in your mind frame here.
Uh-oh. No, I'm old school now. Be easier.
All right. But seriously, what's your outtake on a native tongue reunion? Do you think it could ever happen?
I think it'll happen one day.
It's got to be soon, because I'm just saying, like, when you look at some of the people have we lost, from Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, MCA of Beastie Boys, Chuck Brown, people, you know, we don't always live forever. So just wondering if you think there's a possibility that everyone, for at least one concert, even if you get a network to show it and make this one time where everybody of the native tongue can put everything aside and say, let's come together for this grand native tongue reunion and get it done. You think that's possible?
I think it's possible. Hopefully it doesn't have to be some, like a real life-changing event like a death or something like that to bring everybody together.
Right.
Comes to the table, but I keep hope alive, you know what I'm saying?
Me too, man. I definitely do. I definitely hope everyone will get together and bless us.
Yeah.
Well, I could say one thing, even if it comes to a time point where I'm moving with a walker or a wheelchair, I'll be there.
That's what I'm talking about.
No doubt. So how would you, Mike G, describe the golden era of hip-hop? Because you was a part of it, and being a part of it in your own words, like, how would you describe that?
Well, the golden era was really like, it was kind of the first, it was like the second generation of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was almost like Generation X. It was like we was the first leaves to sprout off of the tree that had been planted, you know what I'm saying? Because, I always give just due to the true pioneers, Zulu Nation, Cold Crush Brothers, Furious 5, Treacherous 3, Force MDs, the Force MCs,
right?
Soul Sonic Force MCs, Cosmic Force MCs, Funky 4+1. Those were all the hip-hop artists that really gave us the platform to continue to do what we do and really take hip-hop internationally and give it a stage.
Right.
And give us inspiration as young cats, you know what I'm saying? Jazzy 5, you know, touring all through the boroughs. Next thing you know, they touring through the world. I mean, if it wasn't for them, we might not really had the chance to like develop that dream of like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I could rock a party like that, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Okay.
all praise to the Zulu Nation.
Right. Well, no doubt. And hey, now that you mentioned Zulu, I would like to ask you, what made you become a part of Zulu Nation? Because, well, I guess I have two questions as far as Zulu. The first one would be, what made you inspired you to become part of Zulu Nation?
Well, I was like, I want to say grandfather then. A lot of cats may know, some cats don't know. DJ Red Alert, he was my uncle.
Okay.
He was one of the first DJs under BAM, along with Jazzy J, Africa Islam. So I was pretty much the little kid sitting in the back on the crates when they were setting up the music. I was fortunate to see Furious 5, Cold Crush Brothers, all them cats. I'm like 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
And I mean, I was just there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember they would rock like Bronx River Center. Break it down. We go to White Castle, chilling up in Jazzy House. I mean, ain't no more Zulu than that.
Right, no doubt. Like you said, you pretty much just born in it. So
yeah, I was born in it.
Now the second half to the question would be, Zulu Nation was definitely and still is influential in hip hop. But back then in the 80s, in the golden era, and even earlier, it was almost like everyone who came out, you had to come through Zulu to come out, to be part of that hip hop culture. It's almost like Zulu was the door. You had to walk in, get the knowledge, come out, you know, and then step out in the industry and try to find a record deal. Why do you think now there's a detachment from the younger generation? Because you take, I can't say all the artists like down south and in LA and Canada, whatever, but for younger artists who are like trying to blossom out of New York, they seem, in their rhymes and their albums, they don't really seem to have a grasp on, they may know who Zulu Nation is, but they don't really promote it like it was earlier. Why do you think there's a detachment from the new generation now?
Well, during that time, Zulu Nation had the greatest platform for bringing hip-hop music to the streets.
Okay.
They were just as bona fide as like a, you know, BLS or KISS, you know, which wasn't even really rocking hip hop at that time. They were our network to the music, to the break beats, to the culture for that matter. They created the stage that we were able to come and celebrate that. You know, but Zulu Nation also promoted education and enlightening yourself. And that's what young cats did. You know, they took that seed, you know, that generation of, like I was saying, the Furious 5, and then maybe their kids or their young cousins, they saw what happened to those artists, how they didn't take it to the next level, and then they learned, and then they started creating stages and venues to bring hip-hop and be hip-hop. So it's just that from then till now, I mean, we in 2012, I'm talking of times of like 85, 84, 83. I mean,
right.
I was in my first jam, like 78, B. Wow, I'm showing my age.
Okay.
But I mean, from then to now, it's a great history, and some cats know of it, they just don't acknowledge it.
Right, right.
Because maybe that's not how they got into the game.
Right.
But it is a part of the history that we all play a part of, and that you cannot, you know, ignore, mistake. And in the first sentence, if you say, yo, what is hip-hop? A lot of cats going to say, yo, Zulu Nation. Right. I mean, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 are going to say Zulu Nation.
Okay, that was deep right there. Well put. I think if someone asked me that question, I wouldn't really know how to bring it across, but I think you did a very good job at bringing that one across.
Thank you.
Now, being all that you've been through and everything you guys have done, Jungle Brothers, what's one of your fondest memories of just hip hop? Like, what's one of the things that happened that you've seen that you'll go, man, I'll never forget that?
I think one of the greatest times, or being a Jungle Brother and being able to be a part of the Nelson Mandela Freedom Concert, that's something that sticks big in my mind. It's like a real milestone in our career. That was like probably one of my heaviest moments. Like man, it's deep. It's like I couldn't even grasp it. It was so big. Okay. And I think just overall, just watching the development of hip hop, just watching it sprout from, like I said, back in the days, from the community centers, from the block parties, I mean, to now, you know, you see like the development of like Jay-Z.
Right.
I mean, easily one of the greatest hip hop icons of our day, of our era. You know, doing it well, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Came through the ranks, battling and all of that, keeping it true to what he saw in life, you know, as a young hip hop or young b-boy, you know what I'm saying? And then building his career, you know, definitely hooking up with one of the first ladies of R&B, and creating a fine dynasty, you know what I'm saying? And then, but just all the great hip hop music and things that we achieved. I mean, the Young TV rap, I mean, on the television, I mean, there's so many things, so many factors of hip hop. And to be able to like witness it from, I mean, when we was doing it, I mean, like, who would have thought back in Latin Quarters days to like Young TV raps to like BET? I mean,
right.
I'm just happy to still continue to be a part of it and be able to view and watch everything going on. You know, you got a lot of cats hating about the old school, the new school. I mean, but it's all hip hop.
Yeah.
When somebody says, "Oh, what's that music?" "Oh, it's rap." You know, hip hop. Yeah, hip hop.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, if you have a chance, what would you say to the up and coming artists today, the young generation coming up? If you can send them a message, what would you tell them that these guys are out here trying to get a record deal? What type of advice would you give them?
Wow, today I would just tell them to stay busy, stay active. Don't sell yourself short, and don't sell the culture short.
Right.
You know, hip hop is like, life is like give and take. You know what I'm saying? If you treat something good or you treat something with love, it's going to give you the same love back. And that's what I try to tell cats. Show hip hop love, and it'll show you love, because it ain't all about, you know, getting to like a status of Jay-Z, 50 videos, record play, you know, all day. But a lot of cats are successful from doing solid, hardcore hip-hop joints and solid touring. And they living good, and the fans love it. And the culture, it is like the foundation that hip-hop continues to stand on. You know, we don't have our b-boys, our break dancers, and our graffiti artists, and a highlight like the rappers and the DJs, but we've got the rappers and the DJs, you know.
Right.
So I mean, just take care of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And when they do that, it all comes along. It's not just the rappers and the DJs. It's always going to be the b-boys, the b-girls, Zulu Nation, you, me, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I think that's something that I want to see a change in myself. I think the b-boys need to start shining a little more. I think the thugs for the past decade have been overshining the b-boys. Like, we still here, but we've been taking the back seat, in my opinion.
I think like the concept, like you're saying, of like, what is a b-boy? You know what I mean? Right. I think that's strong. That says a lot. So, you know, and it's definitely a difference. You got a b-boy and you got a thug. There's a clear difference.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah.
All right. Anybody in the chat room? Once again, I'm gonna ask you, because we're running out of time. We got Mike G on the phone from the Jungle Brothers. This is Flashback Fever Radio, a place where legends come to speak. If you got any questions, hit us up. Chef Izzy, any questions? One more.
I just want to know where the terminology "I'll house you" come from.
Oh, good question.
House music all night long. I mean, yo, Chef, you from back in the days. Can I safely say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
The recipe for hip hop wasn't just hip hop. You know, it was disco, it was funk records, it was dance songs and all of that. So in the clubs, you have the DJs rocking all types of records, and you know, every now and then they play a house jam. And you know, we got fortunate with Tar Terry. We was all under the same camp with Adler's Records, and he asked us, could y'all drop a rap on that joint? And we just treated it like we was in the club. We got in the booth, turned off the lights, and that's what came out. And it was like, yo, I'll house you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I was rocking that one.
Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
I don't know if I was big into house music until that hit, and I said, okay, I like house music. It's cool. Jungle Brothers do it. It's cool with me. No doubt.
That's what's up.
No doubt. Okay, anything you got going on today, Mike G? Anything you want to promote? Let the people in the chat room know about?
Well, we just out there constantly doing shows, you know what I'm saying? I told one of my other brothers, I'm making it my business to make the Zulu Nation anniversary this year, so I hope cats come out, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'll be there.
And, rock with us. And, we still tour throughout Europe. We do a lot of spot dates in the States, so whenever you hear the name, just come out and have a good time with us.
Okay. All right. Billy D in the chat room said, Mike G, are you still touring? Which I think you just answered that one. You know, they're still doing their things across seas. I actually
doing our thing, yep.
I got an old school segment we're going to blast off and show the people of you guys, like 1990. We're going to flash them back when y'all did something over in the Dutch area, Dutchland, wherever you was at.
Oh, yeah, with Tribe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, we just did SOBs not too long ago too. That was pretty big. Exact and all that, no doubt.
Were all three of y'all there? Because I wanted to go, but I didn't make that one.
Yeah, all three of us was here. Myself, Africa Baby Bam, and Sweet Daddy Sammy B.
Oh man, you know what I'm gonna try to do, Mike G? I'm gonna try to get in touch with you and bring some of that flavor to CT, man. Because have you guys ever performed in CT?
Yeah, we did. We did Mohegan Sun. Is that Mohegan Sun up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did Mohegan Sun. It was crazy. It was us, Nice and Smooth, Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah, that was okay. I remember that.
That was sick.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we get around. We touch down every now and then when we can.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get at you about that, but we run out of time, Mike G. I like to say thank you for coming along.
Yo, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Chef Izzy, any last words?
Man, I really appreciate the Jungle Brothers, man. Please, give these young kids something positive to listen to, man. Because we need that back, man.
Definitely.
No doubt.
Definitely. All right, Mike G, thank you a lot, man, for coming through. Salute you, man. You're a veteran and legend.
Salute to you, baby.
Thank you, man.
Chef, salute.
Salute.
Yeah, family, I'll be looking for you in that Walker beat.
All right.
RadioSEEN.com. RadioSEEN.com.